What's going on, internet? How y'all feeling? I hope you're feeling, living, and looking as good as I am. And if you are, salute. So check this out. There's a misnomer out there about being misunderstood. You know, I hear a lot of people speak about it. Hell, I used to say it back in the day. And I definitely hear a lot of women speak about being misunderstood. Typically, when they go from relationship to relationship, that's one of the things that they purport is the reason why or cause the demise of the relationship that they had previously. And of course, in most of the situations that I've had dialogue with women about, is always the guy's fault. To the degree where I start talking to women, I would ask them, what did they do or what could they have done better in the relationship, as opposed to just listening to them tell me about what some guy did and that's the reason why it didn't work out and what have you, you know? But specifically as it pertains to being misunderstood, there is a lot of truth and validity to that, right? But the misnomer is people always project and say that it's some other individual's issue as it pertains to understanding them. And that's where the understanding becomes a little convoluted. It becomes a misnomer. Because here's the thing, I'm going to continue to probably express this for the remainder of my days and years and decades on the planet Earth. What we're lacking is self-awareness more than anything. Self-awareness, if knowledge of self is the key, that means that you are the lock. And so self-awareness is critical. That's important because if you don't have the mindset, the actions and words of alignment with your self-awareness, then how is it possible for anyone outside of you to understand you? The level of understanding solely lies in your hands. Put it this way, the lion's share of the understanding lies in your hands. And the only way you can garner understanding for other individuals is based on how much you know yourself. It's the same thing as it pertains to free will. Yes, we have free will up to the extent that we know ourselves. Nothing beyond that. So if you're lacking self-awareness, then you're not going to be capable to the maximum level to convey who you are consistently for anyone else to actually understand you or to know you. That's what we're missing here. Now, unless the other individuals just don't care or they have some type of mental ineptitude, then it'll be very easy if you know yourself and you're capable and willing to convey and articulate yourself through your mindset, actions, and words. It's very plausible that other individuals will have, at minimum, a basic or general understanding of who you are. And so anytime you hear someone that says that they're misunderstood, it's probably because they don't fully know themselves. And so they probably aren't capable to fully articulate and convey through their mindset and actions and words who they truly are, which means that they need to go and do more inner work. That's why self-awareness, self-actualization, self-evaluation, self-reflection, personal development are so critical.
OG talk.
Now, I mentioned earlier that I used to say that before, and it was true, but it was because I didn't fully know myself. I was not as self-aware as I am now. And so some of my actions, some of my words, the way that I exhibited or compartmentalized feelings, emotions, stress, I wasn't fully capable of potentially articulating that or dealing with that in a way that isn't convoluted, isn't dysfunctional, isn't distorted, which will bring forth a level of misunderstanding. But that's all a part of evolution and growth. And just like I conveyed and suggested that the women that I've spoken with and dealt with who try to put the blame on someone else instead of looking at themselves, that's precisely what I did. Is I went within myself. Even if the reasoning was valid for putting it on someone else, I always looked in the mirror and asked myself, what can I do better, or what can I learn from this situation to apply it to myself to make me better? And the more I did that, the more and more I evolved, and the more I got a level of self-awareness about who I am. And so every time y'all hear me open my mouth and express anything, it's a manifestation of that. OG talk. Do with this what you will, do with it what you feel. I'll holler at y'all on the next one, man. One love.